Hi, this is Kimmery Howard, and this is lesson 5 for learning and teaching interactions. Let's begin with designing effective instruction. And one of the principles of the component discovery that I really like is telling stories and use a narrative to teach a principle. We see this in every conference. The first the apostles and other leaders of the church often incorporate stories. Monson almost personal stories. Elder Uchtdorf also fairy tales and fables to relate a principle, and the list could go on and on. There's none that can draw one in quite as much as a story. I believe stories into family life education will improve the effectiveness and help the audience understand the principle a lot better. Another significant principle of the component display theory is the need to maintain balance between the teacher and the participants. Finding instructional balance with the involvement of the participants is critical in truly helping them learn and the principle that's being taught. One way I'm trying to incorporate instructional balance in my workshop is including class discussions, different hands-on activities, and a question and answer section. A couple other principles that I find helpful for me is the power of demonstration. I learn best by seeing, and so I really like to incorporate object lessons when I'm teaching, especially in my young women lessons. I found that the times when I use object lessons, the young women may not remember the lesson specifically, but they almost always remember the object lesson and the lesson it taught. I also feel that integrating knowledge into the participant's world is very important. When one can see how to use or apply a principle directly, it makes that concept more understandable and relatable to them. By learning how to do direct application in their lives, it's easier to put the principle into action. The Holy Ghost, I think, can have a huge impact with any type of teaching, and the Holy Ghost can always show us what to do, help us by guiding and directing us, and helping us speak with authority, as well as using boldness when needed. For family life education, I think this is very applicable because the Holy Ghost can help us discern thoughts and give insights that we may not have had, which will benefit the participants and bring ideas and concepts or knowledge into our minds as we're teaching. When I truly rely on this opposed to just my lesson plan, my lesson seems to touch others more, have more meaning, and flow more smoothly. The important thought that I feel is important, or the one thought that I feel that is important from the handbook for the CES teachers, is that students need to know they are loved and respected. I think that in family education, it's very important for participants to see a teacher's sincere concern for them. When they trust the teacher, they are able to be more open and more willing to learn and to take the concept to heart. It's important to engage the audience, I believe. When a teacher is excited and passionate about a topic, it definitely resonates in that lesson. Even though it's important to be passionate, though, it's just as important to involve the participants. Involving them helps them stay focused and improves the learning process. The youth curriculum for the church, I believe, uses this direct application process. Engaging and involving the students is at the center of their teaching curriculum. Having them share their thoughts, stories, applications, and feelings bless the lives of others as well as drive the principles into their very being and helps them understand what's being taught so much better when they're ones that are helping doing the teaching. How to teach is such an important element of teaching, I think. Also, focusing on the delivery of how to incorporate different aspects of teaching helps to keep a good balance. It keeps the audience intrigued, involved, and engaged. The how of teaching can have just as big of impact as what you're teaching. One thing that really stood out to me in the readings was applying different techniques for learning. I love that it incorporated the idea of family councils. I am a strong believer in the benefits of family councils. We had used them here and there in our family. However, there was a period in our lives when husband was laid off, and we had a lot of things to consider as a family, and we came together in a family council. And at this point, we really took advantage and applied the principle of the family council as taught by Elder Ballard in counseling with the councils. And this proved to be such a blessing in our lives and a benefit to our family in dealing with our situation, being open and expressive, and each of our feelings and thoughts were shared regarding move, where to cut back, changes, challenges, etc. And we've been using that ever since. And it's definitely something that I think is an important to teach others because it's such a benefit to families and family life, and even the individual. So in family life education, I believe it's also critical to be sensitive to differences in individuals. I found this specifically on my mission, and then in different teaching opportunities that I've had. It's really difficult to connect with someone if you're not accepting and open to understanding them and their personalities, their culture, their traits, etc. Striving to be open and understanding is truly showing that you're interested in others. This can have a huge impact on family life education and in your connecting with them and them connecting and being open with you. During planning and teaching of family life education, I believe it's important to invite the Spirit for guidance and direction. Like I mentioned before, there's so many benefits of using the Holy Ghost to help in teaching family life education. This will help us be more open and in tune to the needs of the audience. And this will not only bless our own teaching abilities, but it can also bless, and as we share the lessons with the audience and our participants, and we can be directed to what the audience needs and help bring insights and a feeling to the audience that they may be looking for. And so the other thing that I really liked in this reading section was just the use of all the different principles for teaching. Comic strips, using stories, using buzz groups. I like that. I hadn't used that one before. Using videos and educational videos also, using clips from movies. And then anyway, there were so many different things that I think are such a benefit and breaks up the lesson and adds some personal experience and maybe touches people in different ways. So, all right, thank you. And I'm excited to use this in our workshop coming up. And that's it.